Can one word sum up 13 years? If the years in question are 2001 to 2014, the answer is yes, and the word is growth. Between these years, the population of both Lubbock County and City increased by more than 16% as businesses and people migrated to Southwest Lubbock. And as Lubbock grows, so must South Plains Electric Cooperative. In 2001, we had over 39,000 residential, commercial, industrial, and agricultural meters. At the end of 2014, we had just under 52,000. That's a 32% increase in meters and members, twice the population growth. It's difficult to drive down 82nd Street, Milwaukee Avenue, or Farm Road 1585 and not see evidence of this expansion. Thriving communities must have reliable electricity. Without it, developers don't invest, schools and homes aren't built, companies don't move in, and jobs aren't created. Energy availability is vital for a thriving economy and healthy communities. South Plains Electric may have been born a rural electric cooperative, but it has grown up to be a stable, reliable, and affordable energy provider. The cooperative invested $119 million over the past 13 years while only adjusting rates twice in 2003 and 2007. Over the last 2 years alone, the cooperative invested $40 million in electric system improvements. It's hard to believe that in 2005, Milwaukee Avenue was still a dirt road. By 2006, Walmart was in its early stages, and there were many empty spaces that are now covered by thriving businesses. George McMahon has been a great friend and member of the cooperative, and an important part of our community's growth. He has invested in residential and commercial projects, helping to grow Southwest Lubbock. Another great friend and member of the cooperative is the Beatonbow family. They concentrate their efforts on residential development, but subdivisions like Monterey have helped thousands of people realize the American dream of home ownership. These homes have been a great first investment at an affordable price. The McMahans and the Beatonbows also mirror one of our 7 cooperative principles: commitment to community. They graciously support the community by giving back to a wide variety of community service projects, just like the cooperative does. There are many other cooperative members that are great partners in our communities, but Lubbock isn't the only part of our service area expanding. The city of Childress is also growing into our service area. We serve an apartment complex, several hotels, Walmart, a new gas station, restaurants, and a strip mall. In the rural areas, oil and gas production is increasing, and the cooperative is investing in the infrastructure to meet those needs. In our 6,600 square miles of service area, crisscrossed by 9,500 miles of line, we still have rural areas that provide their own challenges. For example, South Plains Electric serves an average of 3 members per mile of line, whereas investor-owned and municipal utilities can average 10 to 15 times more customers per mile of line. More consumers per mile of line means more revenue for those other utilities. In fact, our rates would have to be 5 to 7 times greater to match their revenue stream. However, that's not the case. And why? Investor-owned utilities are owned by investors who may or may not be customers of the utility they own. Their stocks are traded on Wall Street, and those stakeholders demand a return on their investment. And many municipal systems charge rates that generate revenue to help pay for other city services. South Plains Electric Cooperative operates on a not-for-profit basis and returns any margins back to the members using the service. Of course, we must generate enough revenue to cover costs, the largest being wholesale power. We often think of the good old days when products and services seemed much cheaper, but a comparison of items such as bacon, bread, and coffee from 50 years ago reveals prices have jumped around 800%. If electricity followed the same trend, it would cost 21 cents per kilowatt hour instead of the 8.95 cents our members pay today. Look at this pie chart from a 1957 annual report. It shows how each member dollar paid to the cooperative was spent. Now let's compare it to one from the 2014 annual report. In 1957, 26.7 cents of every dollar went to buy power, and in 2014, that amount was 80 cents. Operating and depreciation expenses are actually lower in 2014 than in 1957. Interest rates are comparable, but the biggest difference can be seen in a comparison of margins. In 1957, the cooperative made 35.5 cents in margins for each dollar of revenue, and in 2014, we just broke even. This shift in how your dollar was spent over the years is how the cooperative has been able to fund a fast-growing system while keeping rates affordable. South Plains Electric plans to continue keeping pace with the power demands of thousands of new and existing residential, commercial, industrial, and agricultural members. The cooperative accomplishes this through expert planning, design and maintenance, and exceptional member service that has been completely locally owned and controlled since 1937. South Plains Electric is growing right along with our communities, and as the number of members grow, so does our commitment to serve the demand for electricity at the lowest possible cost. Does that mean you'll never experience a rate increase? No, but considering the last rate increase was 8 years ago in 2007, you can trust that your locally elected board of directors is looking out for you. Created under the Rural Electrification Act, South Plains Electric Cooperative was founded in 1937 to bring electricity to rural land and the people who live there, people ignored by for-profit utility. As a South Plains Electric Cooperative member, you are a part of this historic mission, and you can take pride in the life-changing connectivity achieved over the past 8 decades.